Hello, welcome back to the James Ramble and Reviews. I believe it has been a couple weeks since we did a video, an episode on this sort of show. The new James Ramble show episode came out, stuff like that. That aside, I'm going to be reviewing Prey. So, as you're all aware, I talked about The Predator. I loved that movie, didn't I? I loved it. I really loved it. And I have to say that I liked The Predator. The Predator 2 was okay, but it wasn't better than the original, of course. And then The Predators was when I was like, this is a rehash. I don't want to watch any more of this. The Predator 2018 was a downfall, right? We didn't let. I think I watched the trailer of that. Absolutely disgusting, terrible. Honestly, man, that one line about the if your vagina was if your mum's get video game blah 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 vagina. There's this weird line in that movie, but definitely with Prey, right? Prey is about this Comanche girl who has to take out the Predator with these Comanche warriors, and these are basically, think of these Red Indians. They're basically these Red Indian people who try to take out this warrior, and it's interesting when you think about it. Right? It's like, oh, they're gonna have another Predator movie. They're gonna do a little bit different. They're gonna have it set about in the 1700s instead of set, whenever Predator was set. There's no Predator set. Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Oh, it's so cool. Imagine this. Imagine if they do that, right? Imagine all of that on paper, right? This movie could have actually been pretty decent, right? Why do I not like it? Because it just kind of feels like they're bringing back the Predator. They sort of do. It does sort of feel like a rehash of the original, right? People said it's not a rehash of the original. Kind of is, because we're still bringing back the Predator. But this time we're just bringing a girl in, and we're getting this dog, and we're getting all these people to take down the Predator. And that's kind of the point of this movie. And I will say, right, there's this one line, it's like this line, like, why do you want to hunt? Because you all think I can't. You all think I can't. And that, right, that one line, right, I get that stupid. But even with that said, the movie just, man, these are 100 minutes, right? These are the 100 minutes you do not want to waste, right? There is so many things you can do in 100 minutes, and this is not what you should do, right? I think this movie just went the wrong way, right? It was obvious she was going to take down the Predator anyway. Why even spend money on this movie, right? This movie was actually a Hulu exclusive. It actually came out to Disney Plus as well. It's this Hulu exclusive, so you can see why it did not come out in theaters, because it was just a, like, I wouldn't release this in theaters, right? This just feels like, it feels like it had that girl power within it, right? And I never really mentioned this in the review. I really never mentioned that in the review, but it has a stench of girl power where there has to be a female. That basically wins, that dominates, that wins this thing. They just need to be there. They need to be there. Oh yes, they need to be there. Right, and it just, I don't know, man. I just heard that this one guy say it's better than the original Predator movie. Nowhere close. This movie is absolutely not worth your time. I will give it about a 6 out of 10. It is just really, really bad in my opinion. There could have been another way to make this interesting. So that's basically my thoughts. So how does it actually compare to the other movies in this franchise? Well, obviously it doesn't beat the original. It's not better than Predator 2, right? Predator 2 still has some good things. The Predators, right? Maybe we could give the Predators some credit in this case, right? Because at least it's not about girl power and doing that nonsense, right? Because it is within it. It definitely is shining through the movie, which is one of my biggest complaints. But it is becoming a bit of a cliche now, which is sad to hear. But because it is annoying, right? I don't want to hear about girl power anymore, right? That is just one thing that's just really, really off about it, that it has to have girl power in this movie. And then there's also the Predator 2018. There's that one line I talked about, but it's not just about one line, it's just how awkward it can be with these one-liners that you have in these movies. It can sort of put it off a little bit and make it a bit, There's also the Alien vs Predator movies, which I think they compare. And I watched the Alien vs Predator movies like in January or something, and I haven't seen them in ages. so I can't really remember, but I definitely think they're probably better than this movie, right? Anything but Prey, honestly, right? Honestly, I would definitely watch anything but Prey right now, right? I would rather watch Top Gun Maverick, right? Out of everything I have reviewed so far, this movie, yeah, that is basically all I have to say here. This 5 to 10 minute review show, basically. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the review. Going to be on Spotify, whenever you get your podcasts, right? Well, in this case, it's only 3 platforms, but yeah. So I don't know if we'll ever go into Apple Podcasts in the future. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. But that's it, right? That is it. This is going to be a bit of a short review because I didn't have so much to say about it because it wasn't the best movie I've seen. Hopefully, like, the Critical Drinker's going to do a review on it as well. So I probably will be doing that, right? So yeah. And also, Batgirl got cancelled. Man, what the hell? Bye. Get to the chopper.